Good afternoon, Full Throttle fans. Welcome to another beautiful Sunday night here as we get our week started, kicked off the right way here at the beautiful New Hampshire Motor Speedway here at Loudon. Gonna get these next gen cars wound up. You see some qualifying underway at the moment. Brian Hubel, 19 machine, blasting around the track, getting his outlap set up. But got 100 miles or 100 laps here, excuse me, at the Magic Mile 100. Brought by Full Throttle. It's going to be a fun race. It's going to be a lot of action. Going to see some good racing here as it looks like our cameras might have just paused. Let's give us 1 second. We'll have that back as it looks like it's being goofy. There we go. We're back. Sorry about that. A little bit of technical difficulties, but hope you guys are enjoying this Sunday night here as some people getting ready to go back to that morning grind tomorrow, get ready for work, but gonna enjoy some cars here wrecking into the wall, it looks like at the moment. As me and Chris saw, that would seem like the theme of practice. A lot of cars not able to stay too comfortable. We had a lot of guys out there, running good, running long stints, but it seemed like there was just a couple race cars here and there that just, kept getting loose, kept getting, sideways or, just anything. Just doesn't like a lot of people comfortable here at Loudon yet, and we do know open setups, next-gen cars, bound for anything, Chris. You've raced here at Loudon. We've had the opportunity of racing together here at Loudon. Going into tonight, what are you expecting these drivers to make changes on, as we go later on into this race?
Well, a lot of the things with Loudon, it really comes down to you have to be patient whenever you're rolling through the corners. This track is it's definitely banked very awkwardly, so getting around the corners is really hard to do. Especially I've been hearing in these next gen cars they don't like to settle down and roll a lot, so it's gonna be one of those things where we watch a lot of drivers just trying to fight the car, staying straight in the corners.
What we like to hear, fighting the car and the track as well. It's going to be fun to see these drivers, really manage. We know Loudon's one of those tracks, like, Chris just hit on. Patience, patience, patience is key. Through the corners, I mean, you've really got to be patient. I mean, you've got to let the race cars settle, and if the race cars are being all skippy and jumpy around, it's going to be a night of action, man. You're going to see guys getting unsettled on their lanes. I mean, it's going to be a lot of door banging. It's going to be fun to see these next-gen cars as we put them to our first real short track test of the season, correct, Chris? This is, we've been running pretty much bigger tracks up to this point.
Yes, that's correct. We did Homestead last week, so that's pretty much I want to say this is just like a shortened up, less banked Homestead. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how it is. You see Bradley Wilson just straight into the wall there.
Yeah, qualifying lap over for that 51 machine, so just doing what a lot of iRacers do, either wrecking it or just bringing it to a stop, like you see that 8 of Logan Rose. Who's going to set himself currently in 7th. Chad Hitchcock just finished his lap as we see Josh Carver going out on his outlap in that Rev Esports number 3. We'll see how he's able to do it. Thought that car had damage, but it just has no front stickers or anything. This Carver's already gotten loose coming out of the third wood.
I'm currently seeing a white car with a Hunt on it.
Yeah, it looks like it has no front end, right? Or no, I mean, it has a front end, but you know what I mean, like, no decals up there for, like, to brand it. I see the headlights.
As currently riding on board with him, saw him get loose, get into the wall, coming into that backstretch. So let's see if Carver can reel this car in and do a better lap than his other competitors on the track right now.
Well, he's just gonna have one lap to send it. We'll see him roll it off into turns number 3 and 4. These cars just sound so good. Even on the platform, they captivated the sound so well of them as he rolls it off of turn number 2. And we're going to see Carver try to set himself a lap as it looks like he just blinked out. Oh, qualifying ended. No wonder.
Yeah, qualifying ended. So
I forget 5-minute qualifying. Pretty short qualifying here. I forget about that all the time when we call Full Throttle, man. I'm like, oh, qualifying, what? I'm like, oh, wait, yeah, 5 minutes. As we're going to go ahead and call your starting grid up as they are here tonight at Magic Mile 100. It is going to be a fun race here at Loudon. Next gen cars, 100 laps. Not too many laps though, so you're going to have to see some drivers try to work their way probably for some track position here early, because There's 100 laps at Loudon. That'll go by quicker than you think. As we'll go ahead and go on board with that number 1 position, sitting on the pole position here tonight. It's going to be that 48 Ally machine. It's going to be AJ Green sitting pole position. Outside row, who hasn't gridded up yet, but it's going to be that number 43 of James Morgan. There he is. He's just now gridding up in that 43 Dodge as he is repping those petty blue colors. He's going to line up on that outside pole, Pete, too. Then it's going to be Adam Alishire, number 24 machine. He's going to be lining up in that P3 spot here tonight with William Brown sitting in that 4th spot in that 27 Sparkle Unicorn car on his outside. Then that 5th spot going to go to Bradley Wilson. Josh Abbey going to be sitting in that 6th position with Logan Rhodes sitting in that 7th spot. And then Jimmy Green, who's sitting in that 23 machine, he is going to be lined up P8. Austin Rhodes, P9, with Nathan Nickel lining up in the last spot in the top 10. He is going to round out your top 10. That's Nathan Nickel. Chad Hitchcock going to line up in that 11th spot with Bryant Seaborn in 12th. And it's going to be Casey Collenbeck in that number 13 spot, riding in that number 84 machine with Matthew Fitz on his outside in P14. It's going to be the Candy Band, Brian Chew, lining up in that P15 spot. Lance Hill riding on his outside in that 16th position. Brian Hubel in that 17th spot with David Salter 18th. Josh Carver 19th. Ed DeBauer going to be 20th with Robbie Bice 21st. Shane Weldon Sr. 22nd with Stan Mayberry 23rd. And Daniel Shipp rounding out your field here tonight in that 24th position. So it looks like we are getting ready to go rolling here as, yes, there they go. They should start rolling now. Yep, perfect timing, Josh. As we're going to get rolling here. That 48 Ally machine, AJ Green, 43 James Morgan. Going to bring the field to green here as the pace lights are off. It'll be the 1 to green this time by. So the field is going to be in the hands of AJ Green. And like we said, that 43 of James Morgan here at the start. We've seen James in these positions before where he started up front here. We'll see how well he's able to manage his race here tonight. We've seen that 43 machine definitely get into some trouble these past couple weeks. Had some good finishes, though, and had some good runs. We'll see if he can put it all together here at Loudon. It's going to be a hot topic here for these drivers. You know, track position, track position, track position. And definitely in a track like Loudon, you got to keep that right front and that right rear on you. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to see these guys wheeling these cars around open setups. And it's going to be to see who can be the best car early here. As that iRacing pace car, the new pace car they've just unveiled this season, it is going to get ready to go down pit lane here. There it goes, taking that left turn. AJ Green, James Morgan has the field under there. Well, and there they go. I was going to say something else, but Green came out a lot earlier than I thought it was. And as I say that, though, look at that 24 machine. Adam Alishire, he's going to go to that bottom lane of AJ Green. 3 wide, almost there for a split second. Lap number 1 is, oh, that 24 loose. Big wreck out of turn number 1.
We'll see that for Nathan Nickel getting involved into it. The 24 getting spun around there. A lot of cars getting around here on lap 1. See that for Nathan Nickel.
Very
awesome,
ambitious move by that 24, man. Coming to lap 1, just taking it 3 wide into turn 1. Those cold tires. We know how the next-gen cars haven't been biting up here at Loudon as much. Probably just a move he shouldn't have made. I mean, he'll think about that once he goes back and, you know, says, well, dang, now I've spun out here at lap number 1. And he'll be kicking himself for that, but, you know, you got to learn from those 24. Probably shouldn't have took him 3 wide here at lap 1, but, you know, you live, you learn. He'll race another day.
Yeah, that for Nathan Nickel doesn't look like he got too bent up there. We do know these cars are composite bodies, so the damage doesn't affect it like the previous gen cars. So the damage won't hurt it as bad in these, but it still hurts when you have damage on your car on lap 1.
Oh yeah, and it really brings the demeanor down. You know, it's gonna make you think to yourself about, you know, the move you just made. You're going to really be, you know, regretting it in the moment. But, you know, these drivers will get back to it. 24, you know, he made a mistake there probably. Taking it all the way to the apron almost. Got a little bit loose coming out of 1 and 2. And, you know, he collected a car and, hey, that's just what happens here at a track like Loudon, man. You're going to be on that aggressive pedal at lap 1. You're going to have to pay that price, you know. So, unfortunate for that 24 machine, but also fortunate that we didn't have a lot more cars collected than that. That could have been a lot bigger being at the lead of the pack. So, lap 1. Me and Chris kind of expected it. You know, we went into this race saying that we were expecting to see some accidents here tonight with the way these boys were getting loose all in practice. It just really didn't seem like they had it under them. At some points, excuse me. So it's gonna be a fun track, man. It's gonna be an interesting race to see, and
well,
you might see some more of that all night.
Yeah, I have been reading in the Facebook and excuse me, not the Facebook, in the Discord chat earlier today. A lot of the guys talking about the cars are hard to overcorrect, and once they start going, it's just it's one of those things where they snap really bad. So you're going to see a lot of that overcorrecting going on tonight. So going to see if these guys can, just kind of wrangle it in and, see if they can get it to slowly roll through. I do know that, a lot of the cars, they handle a lot differently in, packs of other cars. So, maybe we'll get to see a little bit of settled out here. But hey, like you said, just lap one, everybody's trying to make up position, trying to make up track position and everything. So, it's just one of those things where maybe you just pushed it a little harder than you should have.
Yeah, indeed, and we'll see a couple cars down pit road this time. William Brown, Brian Chu, a bunch of guys, 16th on back, came down pit road. We got a couple that had maybe come down, take some damage repair. Adam Alishire, Case Collenbach, Lance Hill, Brian Hubel, all down for close to 2 minutes. Two of those drivers in for over 2 minutes. So we've definitely seen some early damage here. Definitely probably some cars we didn't know got caught up in that accident. But we're going to see the field get stacked back up here, and it's going to be a repeat. That AJ Green machine and that 43 James Morgan are going to have the field back under their hands as we go green.
You see that 48 AJ Green getting out to a really good jump there on that initial start there. So, but look at that, the 51 of Bradley Wilson. Whoa! As you see the 8
goes the 8 of Logan Rhodes.
Yeah, the 8 of Logan Rhodes going around into the bottom part. He's going to get off the track, so the caution will not come out.
Caution's not going to come out. Doesn't like he has any damage. Maybe just got a little bit of a bumper or just got that race car loose. But either way, that 8 did get off the track. Did get off into the safe part of the track. He's going to be able to get back rolling. We're going to stay green.
We see AJ Green starting to get out to a really good lead. Just set the fastest lap of the session, 31.09. So that 48 machine definitely hooked up and is starting to run off and leave that 51 machine, but that 51 machine's still in tow. See everybody getting a little loose coming off those corners, having to wash down to the bottom of the track. Maybe they're starting to get these under control. Like we said, those cold tires, they do not like to turn whenever they're cold. So these cars are starting to get settled in now, but as we see, Austin Rhodes starting to move his way up through the field, up 4 positions already. So that 12 Sparkle Unicorn car on his way up there. Up in front of him is Josh Abbey, and that 5 machine also moved himself up 2 positions. So Josh Abbey moving his way up through the field as you see that 51 of Bradley Wilson getting into the wall coming out of turn 2. But it doesn't look like AJ Green's got any problems right now. He is just on cruise control there. Oh, I see Nathan Nickel go around.
Oh, looks like we have 2 cars around. That is the 44 of Daniel Ship as well. Caution going to come out here at lap number 7 for those stopped cars on the bottom of the racetrack. And Chris, one thing I was going to point out about that run, you keep talking about AJ Green, but we've seen AJ in this position so many times where, he's been out in the lead, been dominant, setting fast laps. I'm excited to see as this race progresses if that 48 machine's going to have the car there under him or if those tires are going to start to come back and bite him. And that looks like the 4 Nathan Nickel just got tied off at the corner exit. 44, just an innocent bystander like Nathan was a couple laps ago. He's going to get collected here at lap number 7. We're going to go back under caution. And now this is interesting to see if anybody tries to bite on some early strategy here at lap number 7. Try to maybe get a little bit more fuel to cut and stay out just longer on a fuel run or something. Who knows? Yeah, 4 machine definitely just got in the wall right there, as you see. Grab the 44 Daniel Ship. And unfortunately, that's going to bring our second caution of the night here at lap number 7. But we'll see if these boys can get it under control here, as it looks like Josh Carver, William Brown, Shane Weldon Sr. all going to make their way down pit road. So some early strategy from a couple drivers. We'll see how it plays out for them later. We know coming down pit road early, that does put more fuel in the car than the guys up in front of you, obviously. So you'll be able to run just a little bit longer out on the racetrack during green flag conditions. If we were to stay into a long green flag run, these boys would be some of the last to pit. So it'd be interesting to see. You've obviously seen no tires, no nothing. They're just taking fuel only. Maybe some damage repair on this 3 machine at Josh Carver.
I was going to say that hood. The hood is kind of dented up on that 3 machine, so you saw him maybe get into the wall just a little bit. But a lot of these drivers probably just getting that right corner into the wall, and then coming down and just taking some damage repair while they can. It's better to take it when you have 20 seconds instead of 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
As here at lap number 9, you see Josh Abbey looks like he faked down pit road for a second. He faked me. Said he was coming down pit road, but he did stay out. That 5 machine up 2 positions from where he started. Nice looking race car that he's got out here tonight. And I'm interested to see, got a bunch of drivers out here that are just they're just untold stories yet, man. You got a lot of guys out here looking to make their name. looking to write their name into, just the Full Throttle legacy. I mean, you've got Bradley Wilson, last season's champion, sitting in that second spot. He had a really rough week, last week, and as we bounce back here to Loudon, he's riding second right now. Just trying to see these guys make a name for themselves, man. You got new guys like James Morgan in the league who still hasn't had that that run that he probably wants that makes him feel good. So we'll see. Got a lot of unwritten stories here, and a lot of drivers still trying to get their first win, get their first podiums here in this season. So it's going to be fun. A driver, that fell off a lot last season, Brian Seaborn, man. I mean, he started off the season last season dominant, then fell off towards the later part of the season, and now it seems with these next-gen cars, he's just been kind of hanging out mid-pack. I mean, we'll see him running up towards the front every now and then, but Brian Seaborn's just been one of those drivers that really hasn't been able to pick up yet, and it seems like, just a lot of those drivers out there, not Bryant only, just everybody in general, just hasn't really gotten comfortable with these next-gen cars on these different tracks. I mean, it's not like, NASCAR nowadays where it's, our current gen, where it's one package, on one track and another package on another track. It's all the same package on every track. I mean, these cars are built to go to a super speedway, and then next week built to go to a road course, and the week after that built to go to Martinsville, man. I mean, this is a different package, and you're seeing drivers adapt and some drivers not. So I'm interested to see how it continues to go out through the season. But enough of that talk. We're going to get back to green flag. We're going to get to some drivers bumping, some drivers beating, and some drivers banging. So get those belts tight, driver. Get on that loud pedal. Get on those up on that steering wheel, because we are about to get back to the green flag here as that iRacing pace car going to get ready to make that left turn. And it's going to be now that battle between AJ Green, Bradley Wilson. And I'm excited to see if that 43 James Morgan gets to restart that inside lane in that second position or that third position on back's been getting. It looks like that 51 machine going to time his restart just as good as he can to be able to net off that third place position. And it's going to be AJ Green, Bradley Wilson rolling off into turn number 1 here at lap number 12. As you see on that outside lane is that 5 machine of Josh Abbey to that number 43 of James Morgan, 2 wide down the back straightaway. We've got a wreck, and that's Brian Chew, Candyman. Caution back out here at lap number 12. See him welling off into turn 1 and 2. Looks like his car's just going to get loose right here. Too low on the corner maybe, and just got back into it too hard. And we know how bumpy the corners can be here on the bottom of the track. So looks like he probably just got into the throttle just a little bit too early, unsettled the rear of the race car. Brian Chew around, but it's no harm, no foul really. Just lost a lot of positions for that 18 machine. He's going to have to work to get back up there, but we should see that 18 carry on throughout the race, no problems.
Yeah, also saw David Salter going through the grass, and then going through the dog leg down there into the road course. So David Salter also getting a little loose going through the grass. So see a lot of the drivers just not getting those tires figured out on those first couple of laps.
All right, and we're going to take you side by side during this caution. Go ahead and bring an NC811 dig commercial break up on your screen. So to enjoy a word from our sponsor while we go side by side.
When do you plan on putting in that new fence we've been talking about since last summer?
I guess I could start tomorrow.
Protect the ones you love and protect your buried utilities by contacting 811 before you dig, either by phone, the web, or the NC811 app. Know what's below before you dig. Visit nc811.org to learn more. If recent storms have caused damage to your property, contact 811 before you begin your cleanup. Buried utilities around uprooted trees can make a bad situation worse if those lines are not located before digging. Electric, natural gas, and internet lines are everywhere, and knowing where they are is the safest way to start any digging project. Call North Carolina 811 by dialing 811 or by using single address ticket on nc811.org or the NC811 app.
This tree is going to look great here.
Did you call 811 to protect your underground utilities?
I can't wait to see these roses come up.
Dig, dig, dig! Wait, we forgot to call 811.
Before you dig, make sure you can. Call 811 to know what's below. It's up to all of us to protect the ones we love.
Hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed that word from our sponsor, NC811 Dig. Also, shout out to Cook's Lawn Care and Major Setup Shops. They have also come on board here during the season, and we do appreciate everybody that has something to do with these Full Throttle guys, man. It's lap number 16. We're expecting now, hopefully, to see some drivers settle it out, get calmed down, man. We've got 3 cautions here in 16 laps. Expecting to see now just some drivers maybe calm it down, try to get settled in. You know, we're gonna have some couple drivers still probably being aggressive here, wanting to make some moves, but every time these cautions bring the field racked back up, everybody's trying to make passes. This is their opportunity, you know, to them, that they're going to be the closest to that driver that they were just trying to chase down. So you'll see some aggressiveness here on the restarts tonight, but expecting and you know, just as a spectator, want to see these drivers get into a rhythm here, man. Would love to see them get into a nice little green flag run here, really flex that driver skill. We know how much of a driver's track New Hampshire is. Would love to see these guys wheel the thing around here and get some pit stop strategies rolling. Is we're going to be bringing the field back to green. 48 of AJ Green, 51 of Bradley Wilson. And Josh Abbey on that inside lane with James Morgan besides him in that second row. But it's going to be that 48 out to a good start, AJ Green. Here comes Bradley Wilson on a spirited run back. But he's going to get on the brakes early. Josh Abbey, he's going to get into the 51. That's going to wobble them up high. That should allow that 43 of James Morgan. Nope, he was too far back from the restart. So, man, early contact there in the restart. 5 got in a lot hotter than that 51 did, and maybe that 5 just expecting the 51 to drive in a little bit harder, but he drove it in really hard, got in the back of that 51. Bradley Wilson, very lucky to not go around there. Good save from everybody, and we're still green here. Lap number 17, we're going to be rolling, as it's going to be AJ Green out in the lead. 51 of Bradley Wilson, second. Josh Abbey, third. James Morgan, fourth. Austin Rhodes, fifth. Jimmy Green in that 6th position with Ed DeBauer in 7th. Chad Hitchcock in 8th. Matthew Fitz in 9th. Caution back out. Spinner, turn 1. 8th of Logan Rhodes. That's his 2nd time being around tonight in that Baby Ruth machine.
Yeah, we'll go back and see what happened with that 8 of Logan Rhodes. As I want to say, as Adam Alishar was pulling out of the pits there, he spun coming out on the back stretch as well. Yeah, you see that 8
much of the drive in.
Yeah, that 8 getting down on that bottom lane. Whoa.
Ooh, he got some contact too. Was that the 44 Daniel Ship that hit him?
A little bit of contact there. Yep, that would be the 44 of Daniel Ship. A little bit of a rear end contact, send that 8 around, but doesn't look like it's too bad on that 8 machine.
Yeah, a little post-curricular activity too as well, making some contact with that 44 Daniel Ship after he goes around. So we're gonna see, you know, now with it coming to lap number 20, could be expecting to see some guys come down and take tires here soon. You know, somebody's gonna mix it up eventually on one of these cautions. Maybe not right now, but eventually I feel like we're going to see some of the field come down pit road. As I say that, 51, going to do a pump fake.
Yeah, I want to say that I was going to say William Brown looks like he was he's sitting down pit lane for a very long time. Just now coming back out, he was down pit lane for 7 minutes. So that 27 taking a lot of damage repair. Also want to say Casey Collenbach was also down pit lane a very long time as well. So a couple of these drivers down pit lane for a few minutes, taking a little bit of damage repair there. Right now it looks like Logan Rhodes, Nathan Nickel, Josh Carver, Daniel Ship, and William Brown are all down pit lane. You see the 48 of AJ Green kind of disappearing. Wonder if Elmo's driving that car, Josh.
It was one of those things I was just thinking, you know, they found Kyle Busch, or they were talking about wanting to, a bunch of fans wanting to find Kyle Busch for bumping the pace car at, actually, here, when it rained, and he wrecked, but, man, what about AJ Green just driving inside the pace car? We need to get him out of here. If that's the standards we're living by. No, I'm just kidding. 48, man, just out there having fun. I mean, as much fun as you can have as a leader right now. I mean, he's you know, probably liking this. He's getting to save his tires, man. I mean, he's just getting to hold on to the lead track position, and he's not really having to worry about losing that position at all under caution. So 48 of AJ Green probably enjoying these cautions right now, but you know for sure that AJ Green machine's wanting to get rolling here soon. But he's getting to save a lot of tires, save fuel under this. So getting to extend that green flag period once they do get to go.
Yeah, the two drivers that I'm still happy to see in this race. I don't want to say anything because I know I'm probably going to jinx them. But hey, Robbie Weiss and David Salter always having those issues in the race, but they're still out there on the track right now in those 811 dig. That Ford Mustang, and I want to say that he's also driving. Yeah, they're both driving Ford Mustangs. So that 88 and 28 out there in those 811 dig. Call before you dig machines still out there on the track. Good to see that. Looks like the pace lights are going out, so we're going to be going green flag this time around. Pace car is about to dive off into that pit lane. We're going to see that 48 get off to a really good jump here. That 51 also getting off to a really good jump. Josh Abbey also doing a really good job to keep up with that second place position. Look at that. The 43 has also got a really good drive in. Going into turn number 1, coming out of 2. Let's see if these guys can't get that car settled down as James Morgan's moving up to that top lane.
Jimmy Green, though, coming too.
I was about to say, Jimmy Green coming up behind that 43 machine. Look at that on the inside. Josh Abbey diving down. Whoa, might have a little bit of a door touch there.
A little bit of contact. They're going to woe it up, though. Keep it under control. That 5 machine racing really hard off a corner exit. He almost made some contact with the 43. Aware of the situation, though. He's going to get out of the gas. The 43 going to wiggle just a little bit. Maybe got jump scared right there.
Whoa,
that 5, man. Yeah, I was about to say, they're all driving in hard, man. They want these positions bad here early. And look at that. 23 going to go to the inside now as he's going to dive it to the inside of that number 5 of Josh Abbey. We'll see that 23 now, 2 wide, coming through turn number 3. Is that a turn number 4? That 23 of Jimmy Green going to be 2 wide here in that Smirnoff machine. Contact. A little bit of quarter panel bang, but they're going to keep rolling here at lap number 25. This is a good battle placing for that 4th place position.
Yeah, you see Jimmy Green getting a really good drive coming out of turn 2 right now, so he's going to go ahead and take that position away from that 5. We're going to go back up here on with AJ Green. See right behind him, that 51 of Bradley Wilson. Still hanging on to that second position. Yeah, that one of Lance Hill. He's a couple of laps down, so he is not fighting for position. But a little bit of a gap there between that 1st and 2nd position. Go back here with that 3rd place position. Look at that. Jimmy Green starting to make a tear on the inside of that 43. See if he gets a good drive in here, if he can get it woed up. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and make that clear. So you see Jimmy Green going ahead and assuming that 3rd place position.
43 got a mid-quarter run back, but the caution is going to be back out here. Lap number 26. Not sure who is around. It looks like Daniel Shipp, 27, and the 3 of Josh Carver. Man, that 44 just cannot stay away from wrecking tonight, man.
Yeah, the 44 just seems like he is a magnet to it all. Let's see if he gets down into the corner. Yeah, it looks like he gets down into the corner just a little too much, and that's going to let the rear end get out from under him. You see the 3 of Josh Carver trying to dive it down on the inside, but he also is probably getting loose from having to go down. Yeah, you see that 3 car getting really loose trying to avoid that. And then the 27 of William Brown just really nowhere to go. He does look like he gets it slowed up, doesn't get into that 44. So
man, Carver didn't even hit the inside wall either.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there was any damage from any of those cars. So we'll go on and actually watch it from William Brown's point of view. See that 8 going around, or 44 going around. You see Josh Carver going around. Oh, and then the 27's like, oh, I got to get stopped. Oh, I bet you he is thanking everything that he's got those bigger brakes on that car.
Good whoa up by that 27, man. That was just, he knew where he was going to go, man. He knew where he was going to go. He predicted that in his head perfectly, and a good little save there from the 27. He could have definitely collected him in the 44 big time, but he woed her up. He slowed her down. He found the open area on the real estate, or the open real estate on the track, and he took it. And that's what you need to do in accidents. If the caution's out, guess what? You're not going to lose your position. The field is froze. iRacers, learn that. The field is froze under caution. It ain't 2001. We ain't racing back to the yellow.
Yeah, but hey, I would rather see a bunch of spins go on than see what we saw last week in that Homestead race, Josh. You know, that one caution took the whole field out. So, you know, that's something you do not want to see at a track like New Hampshire. But hey, at least everybody's able to get the cars slowed up. As you saw, the three still getting down into the onto the apron, but hey, he was able to also get it slowed up. So, you know, it's one of those things where, like you said, you live to fight another day, live to drive another day. So just thank your lucky stars that you were able to pull out of that without any damage. I'll take up a little bit of scuff tires.
Man, I got to look at that 15 machine, or that 82 machine, excuse me, up 15 positions, 14 positions, wherever he scored at the moment. Ed DeBauer, man, he is on a tear in that Cabela's Outdoor Bass Pro Shop machine, whatever one it says. I thought it said Cabela on the quarter panel. I could be wrong. Who knows? I'm blind, but I can definitely tell. I'm blind, but I can see enough to tell that Ed DeBauer's moving through the field. He's doing a good job, man. Up 15 spots. He's made his way through some of these early accidents. He's got the Chandler Shine 43 of James Morgan to his outside on this restart. It's just, excuse me, he'll have the 5 of Josh Abbey to his outside on this restart. So it'll be interesting to see, man, is, you know, that 5 really making me a fan of just maybe pushing those numbers back to the quarter panel a little bit more. Why NASCAR moved him up to the door, I don't know, because that looks so much better than right there where his other sponsors should be. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so.
Yeah, I agree. That the way that numbers are pushed, that does look a lot better.
I just think the numbers forward on some of the cars look like freaking MotoGP motorcycle. They look like motorcycle numbers. I don't really know how to explain it, but they do. But hey, we're not going to talk about that. That's for another day. As we'll see if Bryant Seaborn, who's worked his way up 2 spots, you know, not 2 spots only. He's worked his way up 4, but you know, during that run he was sitting 10th. He's moved himself back up to 8th. And we'll see if Bryant Seaborn can, you know, keep this little trend of just moving forward. One of those drivers that, you know, we know has the potential to win a race, has the potential to dominate, has the potential to lead, all that. We'll just have to see if that 14 can bring it together here tonight. I'd love to see a Bryant Seaborn victory here at Loudon. So, got a lot of guys out there we're paying attention to, but it's going to be that 51, that 48, bringing us back to the green here again. We'll see if that outside lane has anything for that 48 on this restart here, as it's going to be behind them, that 23 of Jimmy Green, who has been the mid-race mover here at lap 30. He's got himself up 5 spots, but, you know, those 5 spots were earned. Jimmy Green fighting a bunch of good drives back there. He's got himself up in the 3rd, and he looks like he might be a car that could contend for these leaders if we stay green here. Pace car off, green, green, green. And speaking of green, Jimmy, good start there. He's going to be battling with James Morgan here going into turn number 1.
Yeah, you see Jimmy Green getting off to a really good jump. Really big drive in, though. Whoa, getting all up on that quarter panel of that 51. Able to get it slowed down and not get up into that panel. So you're going to see Jimmy Green go ahead and make a move. Whoa, a lot of wishy-washy going on back there. See the 22 of Chad Hitchcock getting really loose back there. 19 of Brian Hubel also getting all over the back bumper. Got a spin going on. Shane Weldon Sr. He's going to correct it, keep it going. So that 98 able to keep it going. Wonder if that was a self-spin. But we're going to keep going
Jimmy
here.
Green, 2nd place. He's going to pass that 51 here as we go back up on board with him. So it looks like he got under him in turn 1. He's going to pass him in turn 2. That 23 man's on a tear. As you see that 82 machine blink for a second. Ed DeBauer as well, man, up 16 spots. Here's that pass. He did get under in turn 1, and it looks like he just outbraked him. That 51, we know, braking a little bit early, trying to conserve some of that equipment, but that 23 wants that position. He wanted it now. Already up 7/10, and here comes Ed DeBauer, man. Maybe something going on to that 51 machine. We do know open setups, man. That car just maybe not handling at this stage of the race. Something happened last stage, you know. We maybe not have saw a guy loose. Something's going on with that 51 machine, or he's just conserving, because he's starting to fall back like he's got a big old parachute on that back bumper. Ed DeBauer, whoa, another loose race car in the back. He's going to gather it up on the inside. But that 51 machine of Bradley Wilson, going back to him, it looks like he's just maybe starting to hesitate with his run a little bit. We'll see if he does bring it back to these boys. We know he's very capable of it. 2-time winner this season. We'll see if that Chandler Shine 51's got anything for these boys here at lap number 34, excuse me.
Yeah, but you were talking Ed DeBauer moving his way up through the field, up 17 positions. So that 82 machine definitely on a tear. As the caution is out, it looks like Logan Rhodes went around again.
Name a better duo than Logan Rhodes in turn 2 tonight. That man has just not been able to keep it collected They're around that 1 and 2 area. Unfortunate for that 8 machine, man. Usually shows a lot of speed week in and week out, but it just seems like here at Loudon, again, just driving it in too hard on that bottom lane. It's going to get him around. No collection from his teammates of the 3, and it looks like everybody else is going to get around safely. Logan Rhodes going to woe her up in that middle lane. Carver said he got the brown flag on that one, so...
Yeah, as you see him just get down into that corner. Whoa, is Carver getting right up on that back bumper. Logan Rhodes able to keep it down off of the top of the track, get it slowed down like you said. Everybody just really good situational awareness from those full throttle guys. I will say though, I had to go and apologize to Scrappy the other day, Logan Rhodes. I had to go apologize to him at the truck race that we were doing at Bristol, because he was getting a run up on me, and I kept saying in the Discord, I was like, hey, if anybody gets a run, let me know, but I forgot that he wasn't in our Discord, and he kept getting a really good run up on me, and I kept blocking him out of turns 4 and 2, and I didn't mean to, but it was just the line that I was running. So I do know Logan Rhodes, he is a fast driver, and he can get up there and mix it up. So just having a lot of unfortunate events right now, that 8 car. Just like we said, getting down into that corner, just not able to get her probably slowed up. Once he starts getting on that brake, he has to get on it harder, and then the next thing you know, the back end's going around. So just a big, having to get it figured out game for that 8 machine.
You're not yourself when you're hungry. Eat a Snickers. He needs maybe just a Baby Ruth. Calm that man down in that 8 machine. Logan Rhodes just hasn't been able to take that foot off the gas pedal into entrance of turn 1 and 2, and he hasn't had that trouble in 3 and 4, just 1 and 2. He just hasn't got her woed up. But as you get into when you're in that race car in that situation, it's one of those things of, oh, I've lost this many positions. Now I've got to go out there and make them up this quick. And then, you just keep over driving the car, and eventually that 8 machine's going to realize that it's all sunshine and roses, and he'll be out there digging again. Logan Rhodes, like Chris just hit on a minute ago, very, very talented driver, man. We've had the opportunity to race with him multiple times, and very good driver, always up there at the front of the pack, good pusher on the super speedway tracks, and just Loudon, man, seems like it's calling out some of these drivers tonight, and he seems to be one of them. So unfortunate for Logan Rhodes, man. We'll see if he gets her wound up, gets her going back, and gets her going back in the right direction, that is. Be good to see that Baby Ruth machine back up here and fighting in the positions he started in. So it looks like the pace light's still going to be on here. iRacing pace cars. You see AJ Green doing the best left and right as, all the guys make the memes at the karting tracks when they see him warming up the tires that he's trying to be Lewis Hamilton. And that's all I can think of is when I see people warming their tires up is the look at Sir Lewis Hamilton out there. But, memes aside, it works. He's got to get them tires back up to temperature. And it looks like that 51 of Bradley Wilson is sitting currently in that 4th spot, so he fell back to 4th during that run, and it's going to be that 23 of Jimmy Green starting to his outside now. So Jimmy Green, man, we've seen him have that pace here in the early run. I'm excited to see now this battle between that 23-48. Granted, anything happens, that makes it crazy. I don't want anything, no contact. I just want some good hard racing, so hopefully they can deliver right here. I'm expecting to see that 23 get up there and work with that 48, but the way this 48's been pulling away from everybody tonight, I'm expecting to see that that AJ Green machine get on the run here, because you don't want me and Jimmy Green on your outside for too long. That's an intimidating thing. Chris knows about having Jimmy all up on you.
Oh yeah, I do know about having Jimmy all over my back bumper. Talladega, Jimmy. But no, I still have to give him hell about it. But hey, he helped me do something the other day, so I said, all right, man, we're even. So I can't really bring it up anymore. Me and Jimmy are even.
Let's see if Jimmy Green's got anything for AJ Green, man. It's gonna be the battle of the greens. There's a good restart on that inside lane from AJ. We'll see how Jimmy does. That's 51 of Bradley Wilson. Got to a decent start as well. He got up there. Whoa! Big drive in from the 23.
Whoa,
Contact!
contact!
Around goes the 48. He's gonna save it. Here comes the field. 51. I just ended the 48 tonight.
Whoa, you see you see Jimmy Green getting up into AJ Green, sending him around off of that door bang. So we're going to go back and actually watch that again. Whoa, you see Jimmy Green getting up into AJ Green, sending him around off of that door bang. So we're going to go back and actually watch that again. See a big drive in from the 23 there, but just couldn't get it slowed up enough. See him get into the door of the 48. I thought the 48 was going to take out Bradley Wilson, but Bradley Wilson was able to get away from that. You see the two of Matthew Fitz just getting a little loose coming out of the corner, trying to avoid all that. So you see everybody getting all out of sorts there, but it looks like everybody's going to get around. So unfortunate for that two of Matthew Fitz and that 48
Hey,
of
don't you
AJ
got that?
Green.
Don't you got that cool right side door camera? Put that on Jimmy Green.
I will. Oh, there we go. Just gonna back it up here. We're gonna watch it from his point of view for a moment. See, he gets a really good run into turn 1. And he's trying to get it slowed up, but just gets into the door and sends the 48 around. Unfortunately, that's probably going to end the night for that 48 of AJ Green. Just a lot of damage on the front end of that car. Brian Chu coming out of pit lane. Looks like Robbie Weiss also came down pit lane. AJ Green, Nathan Nickel on his way out. Daniel Ship also on his way out. But Matthew Fitz and AJ Green, both of those drivers that were caught up in that incident there. Oh, looks like AJ Green is starting to slowly roll his way out. Also, looks like Matthew Fitz is getting back out on the track. So both of those cars at least going to go out and turn a couple more laps. See that Sparkle Unicorn car? Looks like he's rammed that Unicorn up into a wall or two.
So after that caution, it is going to be Jimmy Green out in the lead, man. So now he's got that position. And, he's going to have to hold it. He's going to have some guys behind him now that are ready. And it's going to be fun to see how these guys all race each other. It necessarily wasn't a Dale Earnhardt Sr. just dump him kind of, move or anything. I mean, he saw the open area. Those boys have been braking a little bit earlier than some of these drivers. And, like how Josh Abbey was braking into the back bumper of the 51 almost every time. The 23 saw the open area. He tried to take it, whether it was the 48 driving down on the 23 or the 23 driving up into the 48 or, them just both being in the same area, same time, making a racing contact. That's just racing, man. And that's what happened. So that 23 now's got some big shoes to fill. He's going to have to hold that lead off from that 51 of Bradley Wilson, that 82 of Ed DeBauer, who has been storming through the field. This is going to be a fun restart here at lap number 43. We'll see here at lap number 43 if that 43 has anything for these boys that's coming to the green. It's going to be a good restart, and I'm expecting to see some fireworks here soon. Some more fireworks than what we just saw, to be honest.
Yeah, as we've seen a lot of cautions here tonight, but it doesn't look like we've got that many damaged race cars out here, so the race is still, it's got some pretty clean race cars out here on the track, so we're going to see if Jimmy Green can get out to a good jump here. As you saw him get into the door of AJ Green. Well, the 23 was really far out there. The 51 was hanging back, but 23 gets a really good jump. Bradley Wilson also gets a really good jump. Look at him getting all up to that 23, but that 82 at Ed DeBauer's not letting that 51 get too far out in front of him. But the James Morgan in that 43 definitely hanging with him. Woo! Everybody getting loose there.
Bradley Wilson just found something in that Shannon shot. Oh! Around goes the 14, Brian Seaborn. He's going to go off the front bumper of the 19. That is Brian Hubel in contact between the 14 of Brian Seaborn. Man, I cannot believe that these drivers are just mad aggressive out here tonight on Loudon. It has just been back-to-back weeks of just pure aggressiveness from these full throttle guys. So definitely going to have some guys in the hauler tonight.
I don't have a marker for it, so we're just going to have to rewind it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been some racing contact. That 19, I think, just got loose coming off a corner exit or tight. One of the two. Yeah, he's sliding it right there, you see. So it looks like it just loosened up. He's pointing to the right a little bit. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. He still might be battling the car, though. Not too sure. Maybe he thought he was clear, though, honestly. It does look like a case of maybe he thought he was clear, just did not know that the 14 was there. You know, or in full speed, if we play it, it could show that that 19 was a little bit more loose than what we thought. I mean, slow motion does make the cars look... It's just the way he's pointing off the corner exit. Yeah, see, he was... No, it looks like he just went up there, yeah. You know, I gave the 19 as much of a benefit of the doubt as I could, but, you know... It looks like Brian Hebel just maybe not aware of that 14 on his outside lane. Maybe doesn't have a live spotter. I don't know. I'm not gonna make any assumptions, but 19 just, you know, did pull up a little bit, made contact with that 14, and around goes Bryant Seaborn. Oh, that was netcode. Nope. Thank you for that. Brian Hebel, you've just been redeemed, buddy, because netcode just made you look like an absolute madman, because we know, I was about to say, I know there's no way he just wrecked a 14 like that, you know, and I know that, you know, a lot of these drivers have that awareness on the racetrack to not go up there and just pull up to the top lane, even if they think they're clear or not. You know, a lot of guys will hesitate even being clear, so wasn't expecting that from that 19 machine of Brian Hebel, but that was definitely some net code. So like me and Chris have talked about, and we've had conversations with other drivers from, you know, many leagues about these next gen cars, not only the full throttle guys. It just seems like there's something not right about the hitbox and like the net code on them. Seems like there's a lot of wrecks that, you know, could be avoided, but it seems like they just don't got the hitboxes trimmed out on them.
Yeah, but look at who we've got up in the front. Drivers that we have been, Logan Rhodes talking about spinning just a couple of laps ago, and look at him currently sitting in that second position. Stan Mayberry.
To be fair, Chris, everybody from that 5th position on back has came down pit road.
You are right. I did not see the pit lane. I'm an idiot. Sorry.
I was gonna say, during where you're looking at the 19 and whatever, they all did come down pit road. Sorry, did not mean to let Chris go on that without informing everybody. Yes, everybody did come down pit road. So, besides the top 9 did not come in. But you got some guys out there on some fairly fresher tires. I mean, the lowest is Logan Rhodes. He hasn't pitted since lap 19, and he's going to be on the outside lane on this restart. So that outside lane going to probably get to a big checkup here. But, you know, guys like Josh Carver, I mean, he pitted 10 laps prior to, you know, our most recent pitters. And then you got Brian Chu, who pitted at lap 40, sitting on that outside lanes behind Logan Rhodes. So you've got some guys on some tires that, you know, are on a somewhat even playing field with, the, you know, your 10th, 11th position on back. So
yeah, the only advantage that Logan Rhodes is going to have on this restart right now is going to be he'll probably have his teammate call out whenever he's going. That's going to be the only advantage that that 8 machine is going to have right now.
Yeah, he should be able to get off to a decent restart here, but I'm expecting him to get swallowed up by Brian Chu and Stan Mayberry here quick. I mean, those lap 19 old tires, I feel like they're not going to work in that Baby Ruth machine's favor, and we'll see, man. I'm just expecting to see something happen here. We got a lot of mixed tires all over the track, so green flag's out. And the 18 got off to a good start. Take that back, man. The 8 got off to a really good start on those old tires, so seems like with these next-gen cars, restarts maybe not as crucial as, whoa, they are racing hard. Logan Rhodes, you see the wobbling. He was big loose out of turn number 2 as the 3 gave absolutely no space, and the 8 gave absolutely no space. Go to Fernando Alonso saying, all the time you have to give it the space because there is wrecking from no space given in the back. We've got one of the wall. That's the 19 of Brian Hebel, man.
Also, William Brown down in the grass. It does look like the caution is not going to come out. Everybody's going to stay green. See Logan Rhodes still hanging on to that second position. Brian Chu falling back just a little bit. So like I said, that only advantage that 8 was going to have on those older tires was to get off to a good start and get out in front of these guys. But look at that, Stan Mayberry riding that top lane, coming out of turn 4. You know, he's been having a little bit of issues with his force feedback in his wheel. He's got an older wheel. He's been trying to ask everybody, hey man, how do I fix my wheel? And we're like, we don't know. So the 99 just looks like he's having a little bit of issues there with his car. Also on a little older tires, so having a little bit of a fall off there. Whoa, you see the 88 of David Salter getting really loose. We're going to go back up front as Josh Carver's getting a really good lead out in front of that 8 of Logan Rhodes. Brian Chu starting to reel in that 8 on those older tires.
Well, spinner, turn 2. Jimmy Green, maybe. Nope, 44 Daniel Ship.
We're here with that 44. Let's see. He probably does just what Logan Rhodes does. Gets down into that little bit of a pocket there on the bottom end of that, on the entry of that turn, and you just get into that pocket. You go to slow up, and then the back end just wants to come around because it's a very awkward banking. So everybody just getting it slowed up there. I also saw Josh Carver went off track. Yeah, whoa, look at that. Josh Carver spinning.
That's your leader.
Yeah, your leader's spinning under caution. See what happens here. Going down into turn 3. Looks like he locked the brakes up.
No, he blew the motor.
Oh, he blew the motor. Oh, so that 3 machine blowing the motor on. Oh my goodness, that is unfortunate. So it looks like everybody.
I was so confused what just happened to Carver, man.
Yeah, Carver just cruising along, minding his own business, and all of a sudden, just big puff of smoke. Looks like Josh Abbey, Chad Hitchcock, Bryant Seaborn, Brian Hubel, and Josh Carver all down pit lane now.
Carver's night just completely ended while he was in the lead. I don't know what just happened.
You know, I always say Carver's one of those guys, he gets up in the front, and then everything that could go wrong goes wrong for him. Except for last night. He did a really good job last night.
The only way you can shift these cars is with a paddle shifter or sequential, right? Can't use an H pattern, so it's not like he was, you know, maybe trying to shift into third to slow the car down for caution and, you know, went into first on accident. Not sure, you know, what happened. Car just blew up. Go on board with him. You got any temperature gauges flashing? Anything red? I mean, it seemed pretty normal to me. Yeah.
Yeah, so the engine let go. That's, whew. Josh Carver just...
I mean, he detonated it. I have no idea how. I mean, unless the next-gen cars on downshifts are weird about RPMs, but I don't know why. You can rev them up. Why wouldn't you be able to get those revs on downshifts? Then that's how they blow up on road courses, you know. That's what I don't get. So something mysterious just went on in that Carver machine. We're going to have to figure out eventually. Because I don't know what just happened. Unless, you know, we don't see overheating temperature gauges and he was overheating, maybe too much tape. Something.
Yeah, so that's going to put Logan Rhodes out into the lead. You're going to see that 18, Brian Chew, the Candyman himself, sitting up in that second position. It's good to see that that 18 machine getting up here in the front. Shane Weldon Sr., as you saw earlier, going around on a self-spin, falling all the way to the back. Now he's up 19 positions, so Shane Weldon Sr. looking really good. Also, helped us in our truck race at Bristol the other night, so it's good to see him getting up here in that second place position, or third place position, excuse me. But look at that, 28, Robbie Weiss also moving up into that fourth position. Ed DeBauer sitting in fifth, so a lot of those drivers we were talking about, like, we haven't been able to talk about Robbie Weiss, but Robbie Weiss up here in that fourth position. David Salter also sitting up in that seventh position. So, you know, a lot of the Wolfpack guys are sitting up here in this top five, so it's going to be interesting to see how Logan Rhodes attacks this with those older tires. He is currently sitting on almost 30 lap older tires than everybody else, so that 8's got to get a really good jump or he's going to get swallowed up here.
He got a good jump. I mean, he does control the restart, so good on Logan Rhodes to get a good restart. We're going to see how long it takes for these guys on some of these fresher tires now to swallow him up. He's got big tire disadvantage now, but word in to the booth here just now. So got word from Josh Carter's crew. He said that nothing was indicating wrong. No overheating. No nothing. So, not sure. Just
Whoa,
went.
Look at Shane Weldon Sr. getting really washy up there. Saw him getting loose coming out of turn 2.
Whoa, around! Matthew Fitz!
Whoa, there's the 14.
27.
14's in it, 27's in it. Chad Hitchcock able to get around everything. Oh, that 14 getting caught up in that. That's unfortunate. Brian Seaborn. We've seen him get involved in a lot of crazy stuff here. We'll go back on board here with Daniel Shield and see what happened. Oh, sorry, that was a wrong replay. See the 2 getting right up on the door there of that 99. Whoa, the 51 gets a really good run out of turn 4. He gets into that back bumper of the 2. That's going to send the 2 around. So Bradley Wilson pushing that 2 Sparkle Unicorn car around.
The way it's been going for Matthew Fitz tonight, they need to change that name to Spinning Unicorn. He has been around a couple times here at Loudon, man. That's unfortunate for Matthew Fitz, man. Usually got a good setup, got a good car under him, got a good handle of his race car, usually about 98% of the time. And about 98% of the time, too, he's getting called up or being punted or, you know, just unfortunate, man. Hate it for Matthew Fitz, man. He always gets caught up in the stuff. Always, man.
Yeah,
Unfortunate for Matthew Fitz, man. The Sparkle Unicorn guys have not had a good past 2 weeks, Chris.
Yeah, no, I did read in chat, Jonathan Coop said that he was, he just didn't feel the next gen car, so he was going to bow out for right now and focus on other things. So, yeah, you see a lot of stuff going on in the background with these cars, but, you know, like you were saying, Matthew Fitz, you know, always one of those drivers that gets out there on the track, does a really good job, and then something happens to him, and he just always gets the crap end of the stick.
All right, well, we've got Josh Carver standing by on pit road. We're going to have a word with that number 3 machine who was just out in the lead before he blew up. Oh, let me mute him. There we go. You got us, Carver? It says you're muted for some reason in this channel. I don't know why. Unless you're just muted, my friend. Alright, well, we'll give him 1 second and put him back down into his... Let's see, I'm trying to move him back up there one more time. Nope. Still not working. Alright, gonna throw him back down into his race team channel.
So it looks like we're going to be getting the pace lights off here right now. We'll actually go on to the hood cam. Yep, so pace lights are out. So we're going to be going green this next time around. Logan Rhodes still out in the lead right now. Doing a really good job holding on to that lead position. With the amount of tires that he has, maybe it's started to work into his favor. He went into the pits after spinning a few times and then just kind of chilled on those tires. Now he's like, all right, if I can just run the cruise line and keep everybody behind me, we can make this work. So maybe Logan Rhodes on a little bit of a pit strategy play here because he has been in the front. But he's got that 82 of Ed DeBauer on his outside lane. So we saw Ed DeBauer, who's up 18 positions, doing a really good job holding these guys off behind him. So I see Ed getting around him going into at least turns 3 and 4. Let's see, 18 going to tuck up to that back bumper. 43 also going to tuck up to that back bumper.
The green flag with 40 laps to go. It's going to be Logan Rhodes back to his normal restart efforts like he did last time. Got out to that lead. We'll see now Ed DeBauer. You just see the run into turn number 2. Do we already got a wreck? I thought I might have heard some beating and banging. I think I was tripping. I didn't see any smoke, anything. Everybody was good in form back there, and it looks like we got a little bit of too wide racing. As you see it, though, there goes Ed DeBauer around down the back straightaway. He just had the speed, and this is where you're going to start seeing these overtakes if we stay green. James Morgan's up next. He should get by this 8 pretty quickly, and then Brian Chew, Shane Weldon Sr., Robbie Bice. The list is going to go on and on and on. Before that 8 finally finds his finds his area that he can file back into the track. I mean, it's just going to be a moment. As you see that 43 very, very much on the intensity pedal. He is really wanting to get up there and get past this 8 of Logan Rhodes. He knows that pace difference is massive right now, and that 8 doing nothing but holding that 43 machine up at the moment. But the 8 doing a good job, man. You see him getting loose right there, so you can tell he's not able to do what these boys on the fresh tires are doing. Still keeping a good pace, so Logan Rhodes doing a good job. But definitely with these guys on the fresher tires, it's gonna be a little bit of a hold up for them. They're gonna just have to try to work around them.
Yeah, as you see Brian Chu getting on that outside lane, not able to make that line stick, so he's gonna have to back out of that run that he had there. So he's gonna try to attack him going into 3 and 4. But it looks like Brian Chu is gonna fall off just a little bit. Just gonna let that 8 kind of run his line, and he's gonna sit back here and kind of cruise. Hopefully he can catch him. But behind him, Shane Weldon Sr., that 28 of Robbie Bice, 88 of David Salter, all looking, all headhunting right now for that front position. So we go back here with Bradley Wilson making a move on that 19. Brian Hubel, we'll see if that 51 decides to give him the old Dale Earnhardt Sr. or not, but it doesn't look like he will. It looks like 51's just going to go ahead and get past him. Right now, Ed DeBauer doing a really good job moving out in front of that leader, James Morgan. Not letting that 82 get out too far in front of him.
No, he's not, but it looks like Logan Rhodes, I was saying that he was going to get past the freight train, but it looks like, no. As I say that, though, caution out. Jimmy Green around, 23 machine. Oh, no. 19 to Brian Hubel as well.
Gets really loose. Jimmy Green have nowhere to go.
Dude, nobody hit that 19 down the front stretch either besides Jimmy. That's crazy.
Jimmy getting really loose right there. The corner's just getting out from under him. He has nowhere to go. Ooh, there's just
a little bit of scrape.
Just a little bitty lane for them to get into. Happening here in front of you. There comes everybody. That was just a crazy spin there, really violent.
Looks like we're going to have some takers on pit road. Brian Chu, Austin Rhodes, Stan Mayberry, Josh Abbey. On your screen, you see those drivers with Chad Hitchcock, who, Chris, I got to say, might get scheme of the race for me. That 22 machine looks very beautiful tonight. It's just a good-looking race car, and it's got to be one of my favorites out on the racetrack tonight. Every time he gets in, we get to see him in frame or on camera in a good shot. I'm always paying attention to that 22 machine tonight. It's a solid-looking race car, man. You know how much I love schemes, and I think he gets my scheme of the race award.
As we'll look at him whenever he comes back out on the track, because right now they're all kind of kerfuffled in the middle of the track there. But yeah, look at Ed DeBauer still sitting out here in the lead. Logan Rhodes did not come down pit lane, so that is an interesting move there from that 8 machine, sitting on those like almost 50 lap old tires right now. So that 8 machine is definitely probably all the spins that he's had might be out of tires. That might actually be the play here. I want to say they only get 3 sets of tires, so he might be out of tires.
Nah, I don't think he's out of tires. He just likes his track position too much.
Yeah, he's had to work that hard to get up here. Now he's like, I don't want to give it up now.
When those guys in front of him go down pit road, that 8 will go down pit road. But I think right now he ain't. He's going to have to really be proved otherwise before that 8 changes his mind about coming down pit road. And it could be this restart. You know, we saw him get passed by 2 cars pretty much with ease. He held off the 18 of Brian Chu, who just came down pit road. But now he's got Robbie Bice, Shane Weldon Sr., David Salter, Bradley Wilson. Those guys lined up in queue, ready to get, you know, they hit that pass button. Like I say, just almost feels like it is a pass button. You just can't make it, you know, stop sometimes. Like, hey, don't you go down there that inside lane, buddy. I'm here. I'm in this position. Next thing you know, they're just past you, and you're like, hey, well, okay, that was nothing I can do about that. So we'll see how that 8 of Logan Rhodes manages on this restart. It's just interesting tactics. We'll just have to see what that 8 can do, man. I mean, he's the race car driver. He obviously knows what that car feels like, and he's been putting down some solid lap times still, able to hang with those boys, keep up a good pace.
Well, like
So,
I've said,
more power to him, man.
like I said with Josh Carver being in front of him earlier, that 82 is his teammate, so he can get a 3-2-1 from that 82 and get a good jump on that 43. So we'll see if that 82 helps out that 8 to get a good jump, get back up in that second place position. But like we said, with those older tires, that 8 machine, he's going to be fighting it really hard. And like you said, Josh, sometimes it just feels like somebody turns on a pass button where you just mess up one time, have one little hiccup, and then the next thing you know, you're 4 or 5 positions back. So it's gonna be a get on the saw, get on it, really hard here for that 8 machine. He's gonna have a lot of work on his hands. They're
about to be sawing this wheel. These drivers getting ready to go green here. 82 and the 8 tucked up really hard, so they've got that countdown synced. Good start. That 43 James Morgan, he's gonna do an okay job to stay too wide here, and we'll see how well that 43 is able to hang this outside lane. A little bit of fresher tires is big run, and there goes Logan Rhodes. There's those old tires really suffocating that race car and just taking the life out of it. And that's going to end Logan Rhodes' runs in the top 5 right there. And that is why you should come down pit road, kids.
Yeah, an interesting ploy there from that 8 machine. Like I said, I thought he should have came down pit lane. Look at that. 51 of Bradley Wilson starting to peek his head back up here into that top position. Getting around that 28 of Robbie Bice. The 51 of Bradley Wilson showing, hey guys, I'm still in this. I wasn't last year's champion for nothing, or last season's champion for nothing. I'm still here, guys. So look at that, the 51 just showing rearing his ugly head here, moving up through the field. Now starting to make a pass on that 98 machine.
30 laps to go. If we get a caution here, nothing against Logan Rhodes, man. That guy had a lot of speed up here in the top 5. I'm expecting to see him, if we get a caution, work some positions back up. But man, I hate that for Logan Rhodes. He was on such a good run and doing such a good job, but that's just those old tires. He wasn't able to make those runs that he was making earlier. Big run from the 51 on that 98 of Shane Weldon Sr. As you see that full throttle forward Mustang. Call before you dig, 811 on that window banner. He's going to roll it out of turn number 2, but he's going to be a position back in fourth. As Bradley Wilson, like you said, Chris, starting to show that that ugly head metaphorically. Bradley, I don't know if Bradley's ugly. I'm not going to say Bradley's ugly. So, third place, man. He's rolling good. That Channel Ashad 51, man, he knows what to do to win. And he's in the situation now where he knows he can go out there and get it. Wouldn't be what's the word I'm looking for? Wouldn't be
surprising.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprising to see that 51 win. But I would be more surprised to see that 43 put on a big block right here. I'm expecting to see James Morgan make this difficult on Bradley Wilson. Yeah, David Salter, big out of order back there.
Yeah, just falling back from that. He was in that 6th position. Now he's sitting in 11th. So something really happening with that 8 machine, or the 88 machine, falling back. As I was saying, it looks like Ed DeBauer starting to put a little bit of gap on that 43 of James Morgan. James Morgan starting to fall back. Just every so often, adding on a 1/10 of a second. Whoa, as I was talking about it, the 43 getting really loose there. It's going to open up the door for the 51 of Bradley Wilson. Look at that. He's got a massive run up to that back bumper. Now he's going to go on the inside here going into turn 3. I saw a little bit of contact to the wall back here. Looks like everybody's good. Going back up here with Bradley Wilson. Going to make that pass on that 43 going into turn 3. So that 51 now, all he's got to do is get up one more position, and he's got that lead, Ed DeBauer. Man, now it's one of those things. Are you going to be driving in the mirror now that you hear, oh gosh, Bradley Wilson's behind you, man?
I don't know. Ed DeBauer probably going to keep his head down. He's up 20 positions. He probably thinks he can pass Ward. He's passed Bradley once. Why can't he keep him behind him? I mean, these two teammates behind him look like they might battle it out. The two Channel Ashad Dodge Chargers behind them, both racing hard, but it looks like James Morgan gave him that pass when he got wide. Just not going to halt Bradley up too much as we go back through the field. That 22 of 22 of Chad Hitchcock and Josh Abbey's Logan Rhodes around again in turn number 2. So that 8 machine definitely starting to suffer from those old tires as we see that 51 now. 1 2/10 back from that 82 Ed DeBauer. We know those Rev Esports guys race hard. It's going to be fun to see if that Bradley Wilson machine gets up here to that 82 Ed DeBauer.
See Nathan Nickel getting really loose back there in the background. That's going to let Robbie Weiss get around him. take over that 5th place position. So Robbie
Man.
Mike's doing a really good tear right now, up 16 positions.
Yeah, Robbie in 5th, and I was going to say, you know, 2 drivers right now in the 5th and 6th spot.
Again.
Logan Rhodes around again, man. So he definitely needs to bring that race car down pit road as he's about to go down a lap. It looks like the 84 of Case Colleback as well. He's around. So that 8 going to be on the backstretch on the lowest part of the track. We'll see if he does decide to come down pit road. Those tires seem like they have just absolutely had it. Yeah, it's going to open up positions. Here comes that 12 of Austin Rhodes to the inside lane as Robbie Bice hung up on the outside. This is the battle for that 6th, 7th, and 8th place position. As here comes that 22, Chad Hitchcock rolling his way up. He was just sitting in 10th place about 3 laps ago. Now in that 8th, about to be battling for 7th. So that's 3 positions in the last couple laps for this 22 of Chad Hitchcock. He's rolling pretty well. As you see Austin Rhodes and Nathan Nickel. As Nathan Nickel, man, hanging on that outside lane. That 4 car, man, he's been showing some speed this season in the next-gen cars. And it's, Chad Hitchcock off the pace big. He's down in the inside grass. Maybe got loose as Brian Chu now going to pass him and collect that 10th place position. Stan Mayberry now coming up onto that 22 of Chad Hitchcock as we go back up here on the lead. 7/10 separates your second place from your leader as we come up onto 21 laps to go this next time by. 22 to go. 22 to go.
Yeah, as you see, Bradley Wilson starting to close in that gap on Ed DeBauer, but Ed DeBauer's still holding strong. It's just one of those things where that 82 machine, he's just got to run his line, not worry about that 51 behind him, because it looks like that 51 is driving in really hard back there. So this 82's just got to manage his equipment a little better than that 51. He should be good to go, but we do know Bradley Wilson, he's one of those drivers that can just drive anything on wheels.
Yeah, this has turned out to be a good battle here at the end. 21 laps to go. 43 of James Morgan, about 2 seconds back. But this is your battle that's starting to form out here for 10th. As you see that 51 Channel of Shine, Dodge Charger diving in. Turn number 3 as it looks like David Salter back into the grass. As unfortunately for Salter, he's going to fall back to that 13th spot. Good run from Salter prior to this. But unfortunately for him, just not been able to keep the car under him here in this late run. But Ed DeBauer, man, he's starting to come under pressure for that 51. Starting to put the tracking beams on that 82. He is reeling them in like a big old bass. This is going to be a good catch if he can get that 82 here.
Yeah, it looks like that 52, or 82, excuse me, starting to fall off just a little bit. But look at that, Bradley Wilson. Ooh, he's just pretty much sideways coming out of that.
We do apologize about that. Hopefully it brings you back to our page here. Ooh, is Bradley Wilson going to stay out? That could come back to bite him big time because the rest of the field coming in. It brings 2 teammates stayed out. 51 and the 43. But sorry about that. Do apologize. Chris's computer decided to just blue screen of death. In the middle of that, you know, computers aren't humans. They do have malfunctions. And, well, like humans, they make mistakes. And computer decided to, you know, just jump off a bridge and say, hey, not calling your race anymore. But do apologize about that. Is we still do have 10 laps to go. While you were gone, it was just that 51 of Bradley Wilson. I mean, he kept showing his nose for a second, and then he fell off real hard. He was really driving the wheels off that 51 machine, and that's why now I'm very interested to see. I mean, Ed DeBauer's coming out in third on fresh Goodyear Eagles would tend to go. This is I don't think this is the move that the 51 and the 43 should have made. I think this is going to come back to bite him. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not the driver, though. That 51, that 43, very talented race car drivers that see it week in and week out. But just coming from a racer standpoint, I feel like maybe not the decision they should have made, but hey, this is just going to put on a good show for us, Chris, and I'm excited. Man, look at Nathan Nickel, Roddy Bice. They're up in that 5th and 6th position. They're going to be on those fresh tires as well, man. This could be a big shakeup. 7, 8 laps to go. We'll be at 7 to go when we come back. This is where you use that front bumper. You use it with success. We're going to see some drivers maybe on the aggressive pedal. So, Facebook, welcome back. Do apologize. Chris Computers decided to blue screen, and we're back. 10 to go here. 7 to go, excuse me, when we hit the stripe. Pace car about to be off. It's going to be Bradley Wilson, James Morgan staying out on the old tires. Ed DeBauer and Field from that 3rd position on back decided to come down and get fresh tires, so that is what you missed while you were gone. So that 51-43 on old tires as they are tucked up hard. They're going to get that 1-2-3 count. Good start, but here comes the 82. 98, they're going to be close to those guys here soon. Those fresh tires, they're going to be able to do some things that these boys can't. It's going to be exciting to see now here with 7 laps to go. 82 already. A big drive in. Shane Wilton Sr., big drive into the outside. And here he comes, 82 of Ed DeBauer. Going to start peeking that nose to the inside of the 43 of James Morgan.
Yeah, Ed DeBauer getting a really good run coming down the backstretch. And diving into that inside lane.
Oh, he just parallel parked that thing. And he's going to put the bump to the 51. Here comes the 82 to the lead. New leader, 6 laps to go. It's going to be the 82 of Ed DeBauer. 43, big drive in. The teammates almost taking each other out. And here comes Nathan Nickel to the inside. He's going to move himself up into the podium positions for the first time this season. Nathan Nickel on a good run on those fresh tires. And that number 4, Chevy Camaro. Contact.
Yeah, a little bit of contact there from Nathan Nickel and that 43. Whoa, look at Josh Abbey getting up in the door.
Driving it in. They are 2x2 back there, and here comes Nathan Nickel for the 2nd place position. He's going to get it off of turn 2 here, 2 wide. Down the back straightaway. As the caution might pop, they're going to stay green, but Nathan Nickel going to claim the 2nd place position down the back straightaway into turn number 3, 2 wide here. 51 drove it in hard. He's going to wash up easily. Goes the 4 around. That number 51 up into 2nd place. Nathan Nickel on a good drive. Caution out, 4 to go.
See the 88 of David Salter going around there. It's going to let the 8 collect him up as well. So 8 of Logan Rhodes just not having a good night tonight.
Yeah, him and the 44 Daniel Ship, man, just both been caught up anything, everything that's just been thrown at them. And that's unfortunate for those guys, man. So, we'll see how it plays out here. It's going to be probably a green-white checkered, right, Chris? We should go to an overtime finish.
Yeah, it should be a green-white checkered.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and throw it side by side here for a quick commercial break before we take you to the NC Dig overtime. So enjoy these NC Dig 811 commercial break.
When do you plan on putting in that new fence we've been talking about since last summer?
I guess I could start tomorrow.
Protect the ones you love and protect your buried utilities by contacting 811 before you dig, either by phone, the web, or the NC811 app. Know what's below. Before you dig, visit nc811.org to learn more. If recent storms have caused damage to your property, contact 811 before you begin your cleanup. Buried utilities around uprooted trees can make a bad situation worse if those lines are not located before digging. Electric, natural gas, and internet lines are everywhere, and knowing where they are is the safest way to start any digging project. Call North Carolina 811 by dialing 811 or by using single address ticket on nc811.org or the NC811 app.
This tree is going to look great here.
Did you call 811 to protect your underground utilities?
I can't wait to see these roses come up.
Dig, dig, dig! Wait, we forgot to call 811.
Before you dig, Make sure you can. Call 811 to know what's below. It's up to all of us to protect the ones we love.
And we welcome you back to the Magic Mile 100 by NCA11dig.org. Here tonight we've got the caution lights are probably about to go out. Should be a green-white checker finish here, unless we have another caution come out.
I have 3 attempts. So
Yeah.
3 attempts here. Excuse me, Chris. I was going to say 3 attempts here in the overtime segment. So what we'll do is we'll grab the green. They'll go around one time, obviously under green flag conditions, come back, grab the white. And if there's no caution between the driver grabbing the white, or the driver taking the green and the driver grabbing the white, then yeah, the race will be concluded after that if cautions do pop out after the white flag. But, you know, as long as the driver hasn't taken the white flag and a caution pops out, we will rack them back up, line them up, and send them back into turn 1 again, and go 3 times. We have 3 attempts. So if they don't get it this first time by, they'll get 1 more attempt at it. And they don't get it that time by, then they'll get another. So we'll see, though. Ed DeBauer and Nathan Nickel both on those fresh tires. Bradley Wilson deciding not to pit. That should allow that 4 of Austin Rhodes to pick up a decent little, you know, run here. He's got Chad Hitchcock, Josh Abbey, Brian Chu, a bunch of guys that can make this position up too here. And these inside lane, outside lane, not all in stacks together. That 51 of Bradley Wilson going to get a drive. Nathan Nichols going to have to really work his way back around that 51 as we are green. And here comes that 5 of Josh Abbey.
Yeah, Josh Abbey on that inside lane. Nathan Nickel. See if Nathan Nickel looks like he's got a good drive
Caution
out.
back
Yeah,
out. Caution back out. 43, James Morgan. No, man.
It's like Shane Weldon Sr. also. Ooh, looks like he had to get on the brakes there a lot. Esk of Austin Rhodes, and then you see a lot James Morgan going around back there too, just having fighting that loose bug coming out of turn 2.
As this is what I was saying. Here we go. Rack them back up. These boys are going to get another attempt at it. Man, Bradley Wilson, it might work out for him the way that Josh Abbey, Nathan Nickel, and co were battling back behind him. He might squeak away with a top 2, maybe even a win if something was happening. Ed DeBauer out in front of him. But the way those boys are racing behind him, if they don't get a good enough restart again this time, Bradley Wilson may just eke out that 2nd place, let alone a win. Granted, anything happened to that 82 machine.
And all I can think of Ed DeBauer in his head going, "Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby."
The pace light still on here, lap 104, as we're going to a green-white checkered attempt number 2. Pace light should be off this next time by, and man, not sure what to expect here. I mean, the way this race has been going, it honestly could be anyone, anybody. But Ed DeBauer, man, he's been the dominant car for these last 30 laps or so, and I'm just expecting that 82 machine to pick up the win here tonight. I mean, 51. Bradley Wilson could have something to say about it, but with his tire, you know, disadvantage, I'm just not really seeing it for the 51 machine. But, you know, I could be shocked and I could be completely wrong. And heck, we'll see what would, could, and should happen out here on the racetrack. I mean, you never know. It's a 1 mile oval. It's New Hampshire. Loudon Speedway. We're here at the Magic Mile 100, man. And these guys are trying to pick up that coveted first win of the season. We know Bradley Wilson's got 2 on the season. And we're trying to see if Ed DeBauer can pick up win number 1 of 2021, season number 2 here. First time around in the next-gen cars here at Loudon for these guys. And, you know, any of these boys, every time we go to a new racetrack, they just want to be that guy to say, hey, I was the first one to win in the next-gen cars this season there. I was the first one to win there. First guy to win here at Loudon. So, you know, all these guys definitely want to say that and etch their name into the history books, man. As we're going to get the restart here. You see the boys back in the far back of the pack, goofing around, taking the road course, and we're going to get to rolling here. Nathan Nickel is really far back in that outside lane.
Yeah, the green flag's out. It looks like Ed DeBauer gets out to a really good jump. See that 51 starting to fall back just a little bit. Look at that. The 5 of Joshua Abbey starting to move up on that inside lane.
Oh, and he's going to have 2 cars. Oh, man. Wrecking. Backstretch. Caution might come out. They're on the outside wall still straight. 1 car wrecking to the back. That's the 14. We're going to go to green-white checker number 3. Bradley Wilson still in second place, man. Four wide.
Yeah, as we're going to be going to overtime attempt number 3. This should be the final one, so if a caution flag were to drop, that would be the end of the race. So let's see if Ed DeBauer can get a really good jump on this this next go around. Hold on to that first place position. It looks like Joshua Abbey is starting to give that 51 a run for his money. See the 8 of Logan Rhodes going around getting a lap back. That should put him back on the lead lap. Yeah, Logan Rhodes going to go back onto that lead lap.
All right, pace light should be out this time, and man, I'm still thinking this is going to be Ed DeBauer, but Bradley Wilson now. I'm excited to see if Bradley Wilson can hold off these boys. He's done a great job these last 2 times. Them back there fighting each other, him fighting the race car. I mean, he's on 50-lap old tires right now, and at 51 still doing a good job to hold those boys off behind him. I'm just very excited to see if Bradley Wilson can grab that second place. It's a good job from him just to keep that thing up there. You saw what happened to the 43. I mean, he fell back some, and he just got involved in an accident, so that could be the same thing that's happened to that 51, but he's still up here in the second place. That just shows you how well of a handle Bradley Wilson has on that race car here tonight.
Yeah, Bradley Wilson doing a really good job. He fell back a little bit in the earlier parts of the race, but found his way back up towards the front. So he's currently sitting in that second position. So it's good to see him up there. But like I said, it's going to be a battle between that second place position as Josh Abbey can get a really good jump off the line. You do know that Nathan Nickel, though, he has also moved his way up. So it's going to be anybody's ball game now. But let's not count out that 12 and that 22, Chad Hitchcock and Austin Rhodes. They're also sitting back there waiting for that position. So it could be anybody's ball game here on these last 3 laps.
Pace lights will be off this time. These boys going to get filed back up in their double file positions as they already were, but get tightened up just a little bit more. Is, man, Nathan Nickel, he hangs back so hard on the restarts. I feel like it almost maybe hurts him at a track like New Hampshire. You know, it's not one of those tracks like Talladega where some people hang back to get the big suck up down the straightaway. You know, it's just really hard at a track like this. I mean, you gotta almost think about it as like a road course. Every second matters on a shorter track, so just one of those things. I feel like if he was just to tighten up a little bit, he might have a little bit more of a run here at Bradley Wilson into one. He just hangs back about a car length or two sometimes, and last time he was hung back really far coming out of 3. As you see, 82 of Ed DeBauer, that 51 of Bradley Wilson, going to bring the field through, start number 1 and 2. As the pace lights are off, that iRacing pace car going to take that left turn. Green, green, green.
Yeah, the 82 Ed DeBauer getting off to a really good jump there. The 51 Bradley Wilson, it looks like he's whoa, it looks like Austin Rhodes goes around back there. Green flag still out though, so everybody's gonna keep going. Whoa, they're all wrecking back there.
And that is the race.
So that should end the race there. You see a really big wreck going on back there. Woo, a lot of cars going on. But yeah, it looks like Ed DeBauer gonna walk away with that checkered flag. Bradley Wilson behind him, and then Nathan Nickel round out that top 3. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pull it around. That's the white flag now. Everything is frozen. So yeah, that 82 Ed DeBauer is gonna be your winner here tonight. The Magic Mile 100.
Yeah, it's gonna end under caution like the old school days, man. Ed DeBauer gonna pick it up in demanding fashion, man. He was really the dominant car there in that last remaining factor of the race. See Bradley Wilson giving him the victory tap. As he is gonna take that checkered flag, the yellowed and checkered cross. Ed DeBauer, he is gonna pick up the win here at the Magic Mile 100. He is gonna be the first time winner for him up here in this season for him. Excuse me, I said that backwards. This is going to be his first win of the season, and his now one of the, third first-time winners of the season. So good to see Ed DeBauer in victory lane here tonight, and definitely one of the dominant cars at the end of the race. He deserved it.
Yeah, you saw Ed DeBauer just making a tear through the field, up 13 positions from his starting position. So Ed DeBauer doing a really good job, hanging it out there, putting it out on the just putting it out there and doing a really good job to bring home that win. That 82 machine doing a really good job. It's going to be some really good talks going on in that Rev Esports booth here tonight.
The 82 machine should get his burnouts in right here. As it's going to be Ed DeBauer picking up the win tonight here at Loudon, as he is going to go ahead and burn it down in that Cabela's Bass Pro Shop number 82 Rev Esports machine. Ed DeBauer picking up the win, and that is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome win. His Austin Rhodes just squeaking through there. You got Bradley Wilson reversing into shot here. Oh, God, he doesn't know where to go. Nathan Nickel picking up 3rd place, man. Bradley Wilson 2nd. Brian Chew going to be in 4th place tonight. That Candyman came back. 4th place, 1 position off a podium. Brian Chew starting to look better and better each week. David Salter, P5, another good finish from David Salter. As you know, he fell back early in the race, but that last wreck right there probably got a couple of these guys some good positions. Is Salter going to pick up P5? Stan Mayberry in P6 with Robbie Bice, P7. Good to see those 3 right there in that 5th, 6th, and 7th spot. Daniel Shipp, after all his troubles, he's going to be rewarded with a points finish in that P8 spot. Logan Rhodes as well, P9, with Austin Rhodes in that P10 position. James Morgan going to finish 11th with Shane Weldon Sr. in 12th. Man, it looks like a freaking Friday Night Demolition Derby on the front stretch right now, with the Chad Hitchcock in that 13th position. Josh Abbey in 14th with Matthew Fitz 15th. Case Collenbach 16th with Jimmy Green 17th. Bryant Seaborn 18th. Brian Hebel 19th. Josh Carver 20th. William Brown 21st with AJ Green 22nd. Lance Hill 23rd. And Adam Alishire going to round out your field in 24th position. So we do have some post-race interviews to get to here. Ed DeBauer, Bradley Wilson, and Nathan Nickel will be the 3 drivers we talk to tonight, as we are just waiting for 2 of those drivers to hop in, to the victory circle. So got Bradley Wilson in there currently, and we're just waiting on that 82 Rev Esports machine of Ed DeBauer and that 4 of Nathan Nickel. All right, we're going to go ahead and change it up tonight since it's a first-time winner here for Ed DeBauer this season. Going to go ahead and bring in your winner, that number 82 machine of Ed DeBauer, and have a word with him. Man, why is everybody muted when they come in here? Yeah, we might have to go to a different channel. Just give us 1 second, Ed, and we'll be right with you, buddy. Sorry about that, stream chat. We will get this straightened out in just 1 second. Is it working here?
I got you here, guys.
Yes, sir. There is Ed DeBauer. Chris, you got us? All right. Well, we're in a channel that anybody can join, so hopefully everybody just respects us here. Ed DeBauer, you picked up your first win of the season, man, and you looked awesome out there in that 82 machine. Started P20, and you just came storming through the field there mid-run, and it seemed like around lap 70, lap 75, once you started getting into a groove there, we got a little bit of a green flag run. That 82 machine was unstoppable. How are y'all feeling out there in that Rev Esports camp, and how does it feel tonight to pick up your first win of the season, Ed?
Oh, it's feeling great, man. I tell you what, it was just about being patient. Knew I had a good car. Working with my Rev teammates today, put together a good setup and everything. Just had to be patient and stay out of all of the other havoc that was going on, and just work my way up through there, because I knew once I got up there to the front that I had a car that was going to be hard to beat. So yeah, great job to my Rev teammates for all of the hard work we put in today. And rock on, Rev Racing, man. Take the sweep this weekend. Michigan last night, Hampshire tonight.
Heck yeah, man. Ed, you looked awesome out there. Like you said, the setup just seemed like it came to life there in that late run. That race car definitely on rails, and it's good to see, you know, you pick up that first win of the season for you and Ed. I mean, it's been one of those, you know, last season was one of those seasons where, you know, we saw, you know, have some good runs bouncing around the field here and there, but, you know, all in all, it seemed like just a lot of people that are having a lot more success this season are coming off of a season last season that maybe wasn't as eventful. And now, you know, we've got a lot of new names. These next gen cars, the open setup, seem like they're opening up a lot of you guys potential up. You know, do you feel like going to these race cars, maybe going to the open setup side of the ball field? Do you think that's opening, you know, maybe more of the driver talent to show?
Yeah, I really do. Driver and also teams, you know, drivers and teams are able to put in the time and work those setups. I mean, our Rev Racing team, we've been together for a lot of years. We work setups together on both the Gen 6 and you know, the trucks and the Xfinity, and now the current Gen X cars. And we put our time in, and that's where it's key. Put your time in and be patient, and you'll work your way up to the front. So yeah, I do, guys. I really think that's going to open it up. These open setups are helping a lot of guys out.
Heck yeah, man. Well, it's like you said, being patient. Well, patient, Ed, that's what you've had to be for these past couple months, and you picked up that win here tonight at New Hampshire. It's good to have a word with you, and you know, always a pleasure to have a word with you know, the guys getting their first win of the season. So Ed, big congratulations to you again. And hey, if you've got any final words, final thoughts, shout outs, or anything before we let you go tonight, you can go ahead and throw them out there.
Yeah, again, thank you to the Rev Racing team. Great job tonight, guys. We got two of us up there. Bradley, great racing with you, man. Awesome job. Way to push me. And then also thank you to Robbie and everyone here at Full Throttle, and to you, Josh and Chris, for your broadcasting. So thank you.
All right. Well, we appreciate you, Ed. It's been awesome to see you come to life here tonight in that 82 machine, pick up the first one of the season in New Hampshire, and hopefully we'll be having more of these victory lane chats here soon, Ed. And again, congratulations to you and the Rev guys, and we'll be hopefully seeing you back up here in the running for it next week.
Looking forward to it. Take care, guys. Have a good night.
All right, you too. All right, and that was Ed DeBauer. Going to go ahead and bring up your second place position, Bradley Wilson. Have a word with him. Bradley Wilson. We're not in the booth. We're actually in a general channel, so don't let any of your friends know because they could just join and ruin this. But we're up here hanging out in the general channel awkwardly, and yeah, you finished second place, and you looked good out there. 50 lap old tires almost, and you're out there hanging with the boys there at the end. Walk us through that ending stage, and man, I bet you were loving watching all those guys fighting behind you on the restarts because I feel like that was key to helping you stay in that second place position tonight. But overall, good job from you, Bradley. And how you feeling after that second place tonight?
Feeling really grateful because the car definitely could have died lap one when the incident between Alshire and William Brown happened. But me and my teammate James Morgan were just hoping that more cars were going to stay out there with like 15 to go when the caution came out, and we were the only two. So the bed was made. We had to lie in it. So we just stuck out there and kept hoping for cautions to keep us up there.
Yeah, that was what we were saying up here, man. Is it was one of those things that you were out there, you made the commitment, you had to stick to it, and unfortunately James fell back through. He got caught up in a wreck. Still finished 11th for all the troubles that he was in there towards the end of the race. But Bradley, I mean, you just did an excellent job, man. We've been talking about it all season here. Is these open setups really seem to bring out the driver skill more than the car setup, and it really seems like that you guys have just been working on that 51 machine. And second place, man, 50 lap old tires, you were willing that thing, and hell of a job from you to even finish where you did. That's a lot of guys would have fell back 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th place right there on that run, and you're able to maintain, get a second place finish out of a tough night here at New Hampshire. So good job on you, man. You're really starting to show that you might be the championship favorite again here early.
That's definitely what we're going for. It's definitely a great way to get the sponsors happy. And I wish that I could have got a little more practice in because me and a bunch of the Shenandoah Shine guys went to Bristol for the weekend. So we got back like 12 hours before the race and didn't put really any laps down besides what we'd done here. So the setup was really, really strong. And I got to thank Abby for that because without that, I don't think we'd have been anywhere near what we were.
Yeah, man, it looks like again, that Bradley Wilson machine could have picked up another race victory, but hey, got that second place on a strategy that, like we said, a lot of guys maybe wouldn't have even been able to keep a top 5 out of. So good on you, Bradley, to be able to pick up that second place. Again, putting on a good show for us up here, not only for us in the booth, but for the fans out there. And Bradley, if you've got any final thoughts, final words, or shout outs or anything before we let you go here tonight, go ahead and throw them out there.
I got to thank my good sponsors, Shenandoah Shine, CGE, Martin Sports 906, my dad, my teammates, Joshua Abbey, and James Morgan for helping me out the whole race, telling me what to do, what lines are on. Dan Gallant, sadly, he couldn't have been here again. He was working really late with the new job he got. My dad for putting up with me for 18 years and helping me with my IRL racing.
Heck yeah, Bradley. Well, again, it's been a pleasure to have a word with you up here in the Full Throttle booth. Hopefully we'll be speaking with you next week, and good luck in the rest of your week, and we'll be seeing you soon.
Thank you. You too.
Oh, and that was Bradley Wilson, second place finisher. Going to go ahead and have a word with Nathan Nickel, your third place finisher, and get these interviews wrapped up here tonight. Nathan Nickel, this is Chris and Josh up in the Full Throttle booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I got you.
Hey, man, I just got to say a big, big congratulations to you, Nathan. You have been one driver all last season that, we would always constantly have to say that you were the one getting caught up in just the most randomness, everything happening to that 4 machine. And towards the end of last season, you were starting to pick it back up, show some more momentum. And it seems like this first half of the season, you've really been knocking it out of the ballpark. You got up on that podium here tonight, and man, you look like you maybe could have had the car there towards the end to go up there and maybe grab the lead. To just a big battle there between you and Josh Abbey in those first 2 restarts, and then the restart number 3 came around, big chaos in turn 1, obviously, and the field froze what it was. But hey, I mean, still, Nathan, awesome job from you, man. Take us through that race early. I mean, you started 10th, you've kind of hung out. We're back in that mayhem all race. How did that race pan out for the foreign company? And yeah, how did you guys get that third place finish here tonight?
Oh, the Richmar Racing Chevrolet was it was a fast car tonight. We had a great setup coming out of the shop, and we didn't avoid the mess like we wanted to. We had to pit multiple times to repair some minor damage, but lucky for us, we kept the front end clean, no engine damage, and we were able to keep speed and horsepower the whole race. I mean, as far as the restarts there, Josh Abbey's a hell of a driver. Hats off to him. It's unfortunate that he ended up getting caught up, I think, just in all that mayhem there in turn one, and we maybe even got together. I don't know. I'll have to get with him on that, but he's a hell of a driver. He was on older tires than me and was able to run, right side by side with me through two restarts there. But it was good time. Like I say, I want a big shout out to my sponsors here for Silver Thunder Racing with the Four Laps Down podcast, Richmar Racing, Morgan Vans Racing, Outlaw Beef Jerky Company, the Rock and Roll Wood Shop. Everything they do for our team is pretty cool.
Heck yeah, man. Well, speaking of pretty cool, it's pretty cool to see you up here on that third place spot, man. Finally seeing Nathan this season. It's finally good to see you get a good consistent finish. You showed a lot of speed here tonight. Like I've said to Ed and Bradley, in their interviews, it just seems like those open setups really starting to open up, not only towards that fixed setup goodness, but it's really starting to show the driver and themselves really starting to show that skill and everything. And it seems like, that Ford machine, not only is that setup hitting, you guys are really hitting in the driver aspect. And Nathan, you've done a good job these past couple of weeks. You've been rewarded here with that third place tonight. And I'm expecting to see you keep that momentum up, man. You've looked really good these last couple of weeks. And I got to say, it was kind of a big smile on my face when I saw that Ford machine go across the line for third here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is our third straight top 10, first top 5 finish on the season. So through 5 races to have 3 top 10 finishes is certainly a world of difference from where we were last year. So just happy to be along for the ride. Like I say, the setups coming out of the shop are working for us. They're putting fast machines in my hands, and I'm able to, keep avoiding the mess. Keep avoiding the mess. Like I say, it's a good time. It's a good time to be fast. That's all I can say.
Heck yeah, Nathan. Well, hey, man, again, congratulations on that third place finish here. It's good seeing, like we said, all the new faces up here starting to pick up the consistency and run strong here early season. It's good to see these championship implications early for some of you guys. And no, we're not far enough maybe along to start talking about that, but every point matters, and it's good to see you picking up some consistent finishes here these last couple of races. And like I said, again, rewarded with that third place. So again, congratulations, Nathan. But hey, we'll be talking to you next week, buddy. I already gave you your shout outs, right? Did I? Or am I tripping? I've already forgotten. Okay, yeah, that's my bad. All right. Well, Nathan, I'm sorry about that, buddy. Well, hey, again, congratulations on that third place finish, and we'll be talking to you next week, hopefully.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for what you do for the league, and we'll talk soon.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
Yep.
Sorry about that. I just completely had forgotten what we were doing. I looked over at the live timing, was looking at my iRacing, and I got completely sidetracked on thinking, but all right, well, I'm going to move us back down to the end of the broadcast channel for 1 moment, Chris, and we'll wrap it up. All right, well, this has been the, this has been the race here at New Hampshire, and it's been a good one. Full Throttle guys put on a good show. Ed DeBauer going to pick up the win. Bradley Wilson second. Nathan Nickel third. We just had a word with all 3 of your, podium finishers. So, Chris, you got any final words before we let the fans go tonight?
Yeah, just want to do a big shout out to the Full Throttle guys. They're always on our backs, giving us good information and stuff. So it's good to be a part of the Full Throttle league. Thank Robbie, thank David for what they do. All the guys on Wolfpack, all the guys in Rev, all the guys on Sparkle Unicorn, all those guys. Josh Abbey, Racing CGE. Shenandoah Shine, all those guys for putting on putting on the shows. We couldn't do it without them. 811 Dig for being a part of the league, and honestly, just a lot of it's always a lot of fun to sit and call these things. I have a blast doing it, and do want to apologize about the stream going down there for about 10 minutes. My computer crashed. I've been having an issue with, I want to say my processor is probably going out or something, so I'm going to have to start looking into it, but just want to apologize about that. But we did get it back up on YouTube and Facebook, so I'll have a pieced together version of what I got for the upload. But just, again, thanks to the Full Throttle guys and for letting us be a part of it.
And I will echo exactly what Chris said. Do thank everybody that is on board with the league. Cook's Lawn Care, Major Setups, and NC811 Dig. And just big shout out to the Full Throttle guys. But yeah, just want to say a big shout out to all the fans for joining us here on this Sunday night. And we will be seeing you next week, next Sunday, 8 p.m. Make sure to be here for Full Throttle Racing. That will be Chris and Josh from the Full Throttle booth saying good night and enjoy the rest of your weekend.